touch my gun, but don't pull my trigger. What's going on, gang? I'm Viper.
I'm Rumpo.
And we are Fireteam Hooligan of BattleChatterOnline.com. Welcome to this, yet another edition of the Prima Games Tactical Tune-Up. This time we continue our series of weapon breakdowns, where we focus on certain weapons that we've determined are often overlooked on the battlefields of Battlefield 3. It's a little something we like to call forgotten firepower. So far, we've covered, the personal defense weapon category, the engineer category, and this time we'll focus our attention to the Recon kit as we take a look at the JNG-90. Rumpo, please, if you will, tell all of the potential snipers out there why we believe the JNG-90 qualifies as forgotten firepower.
As you stated, today we've decided to shift our focus to the JNG-90 of the Recon kit. This is a weapon that arrived with the Close Quarters DLC and is unlocked by completing the bullet point assignment. If you don't already have this assignment complete, check out Battle Log for more details. When choosing a weapon in the Recon kit, we were faced with many challenges. Greatest of all was the fact that each player has their own play style which can impact weapon choice. What we've tried to do is choose a rifle that can perform well at both long range and short range. Because semi-automatic and bolt action rifles have two entirely different purposes and characteristics, we're going to focus entirely on bolt action this week and give you a bonus episode of Forgotten Firepower in the coming week which focuses entirely on semi-automatic rifles. Let's look at some of the statistics of the JNG-90 and see how it stacks up against other bolt action rifles. In terms of rate of fire, the JNG finishes in the middle of the pack with a solid 46.2 rounds per minute. Now, if you are a true sniper, you shouldn't be firing this many rounds in such a short time, but it gives you an idea of its capabilities. Next up, we're going to cover maximum distance, which again is nice to know information, but not likely to be overly useful since shots of this distance aren't common in Battlefield 3. In any case, the JNG can fire a maximum distance of 2,800 meters, bested only by the M98B. Looking at muzzle velocity, we see that the JNG-90 7.62mm round fires at 560 meters per second, bested once again only by the M98B. As we've discussed in past episodes, this statistic is important because it means less compensation is required for long-range shots. Let's look at the damage over distance, which once again has the JNG finishing second to only the M98B. The JNG inflicts a maximum damage of 80% to your enemy, but with the 240% bonus, a headshot at any distance is a one-shot kill. If you hit your enemy in the torso, you get a 125% bonus. This means that up to 15 meters, the JNG will kill with one shot to the torso. At 15 meters, the damage drop-off begins, leveling out at 59% at 100 meters. Let's take a look at reload times, and here is where you start to see the JNG make up ground with the M98B. The JNG reloads a partially empty magazine in 2.5 seconds, second only to the SV98. When your magazine is completely empty, the JNG will reload in 4.6 seconds, finishing behind only the M40A5. The remaining statistics for the bolt-action sniper rifles are largely comparable, so we're going to explain further why we chose the JNG-90 over the M98B, given the excellent performance of the latter. We stated at the beginning we're going to look at both close-range and long-range bolt-action rifles. The JNG-90 holds 11 rounds total, while the M98B holds 6. Given the faster reload time of the JNG, we felt that it was better suited for engagements at all distances. Let's quickly look at attachments that I personally use. For long-range engagements, I prefer to use the bipod. Many would suggest the straight pull bolt, but the bipod allows you to fire a shot and immediately calculate any compensation for bullet drop without the crosshair moving. In terms of long-range sights, we're going to pull out the big boy and suggest the ballistic 12x scope. This has nothing to do with aim down sight speed or field of view. This is very simply giving you a better look at your target from extreme distances. Maps where this attachment setup would be effective include most conquest maps which feature vehicles such as Operation Firestorm, Karg Island, Alborz Mountains, or Bandar Desert. Maps to avoid would be anything close quarters or even team deathmatch. The second attachment setup to consider is the close range. For this, it's time to break out the straight pull bolt, which will allow you to put another round in the chamber without having to exit your aim down sight view. Also worth considering is that most of your engagements will be short, meaning you will be standing or crouched rather than prone, thus making the bipod essentially useless. As for my favorite sight, I go with the ACOG 4x because it doesn't have any scope sway. In short range engagements, you don't have to calculate bullet drop, and with the steady ACOG, the round goes exactly where the reticle is set. Maps that I would suggest using this on are any maps in team deathmatch, but you still probably want to avoid close quarters maps as sniping isn't really efficient in these circumstances.
There you have it, the JNG-90 sniper rifle. Don't bother running, kids, because you'll only die tired. Don't forget to pick up the official Prima Games Games Battlefield 3 Strategy Guide or visit PrimaGames.com, where you can purchase the official Prima Games Battlefield 3 e-guide to instantly have tons of tactical tidbits at your fingertips. Prima Games, strategy where, when, and how you want it. For Prima Games and everybody at Battle Chatter Online, I'm Viper.
I'm Rumpo.
And we are Fireteam Hooligan of BattleChatterOnline.com. As usual, doom on you, Mr. Tango.